Today, I'm going to talk to you about the importance of seeking out the opportunity in moments of disruption. So let me kick things off by recognizing that the last, let's call it 15 months, have been unique, to say the least, for everybody out there. But I want to take you back to where I was last March. I was single, I was in my apartment, I was starting to work from home, and I remember upon getting the news that we were perhaps going to be working from home for 2 weeks, getting giddy over the fact that I started to sense disruption. Because for me, anytime I get the sense there's going to be any sort of communal chaos, I immediately jump to, all right, this is my time to shine. This is my time to find the opportunity. And immediately, my boss called me to check in to make sure that I was okay. And I interrupted him and I said, Dave, this is my moment. This is when I'm gonna make things happen. And from a work perspective, even though it was easy to believe that working in a COVID environment could disrupt overall efficiency, it could disrupt results, it could disrupt communication, I made it a concerted effort of mine to say, it doesn't have to be this way. And I'm really happy that I did that, because from a professional perspective, I saw more success last year than I did in any other year of my career. And that success transcended just work. It then went on to other areas of my life. Last summer, I made it a mission to put together my YouTube channel. And the reason being was, again, I saw opportunity in the disruption. It was easy to stay holed up and not put that time toward creating, or not put that time toward exiting my comfort zone. And I had reached out to my content creating partner at the time, and I said to him, I want to do this. He simply sent me a list of the items I needed to purchase off Amazon, and I went to work. I started writing, I got out there, and every weekend last summer, I holed up in a hotel room, filming myself, creating, and writing. And so, again, it transcended just 1, 2, 3 elements. It was a mindset. The mindset was, while everybody's perhaps honing in on the headlines, it's my opportunity to rise up. And in the midst of everything that was going on, I also got married. I think that, again, in the midst of all the disruption, I was able to gain clarity. No, I didn't just meet a girl during the pandemic. In fact, I got back together with the love of my life in the midst of the pandemic. And it's a theme that correlates with Break Barriers in the book that I've written around, employing the lessons of overcoming any time that perhaps projects turbulence, but by being patient and showing perspective and employing purpose. And Christine and I got back together in the midst of COVID last summer, at the end of last summer, and things became evident pretty quickly. And so, again, last March, I was sitting on my couch, I was single, the world was shutting down, and I said to myself, I'm gonna have the best year of my career, I'm gonna create content for my mission, and eventually, I said, I'm gonna lock down the love of my life. In order to build for myself throughout the disruption, one of the things that I noticed early on was that time was no longer a factor. I wasn't on the clock, And so for me, it was an opportunity to reframe what needs to be done during a certain period of time. There was no formal lunchtime. And so it was taking advantage of all that extra time now to make sure that I leveled up. So, I talk about how once the pandemic hit, I had immediately set a goal of running 100 miles a month. And that was one example. That was not something that I was doing before that, even though I'm a pretty avid runner. But I said to myself, I need to put something in front of me to chase in order to figure out ways to level up. And then for the next 6 months, I ran 100 miles a month. And that was one way. It was only because I was able to reframe my time now. Lunchtime was run time, and run time was when I got my mind straight. And it was during those runs when I had started to realize, okay, I can do this. What else can I do? And it was during that where I thought to myself, maybe I can put together a YouTube channel. Maybe I can take my book to the next level and put it out there on a broader scale. And it was one step at a time, but it was the culmination of all that really brought it together. In order to work for yourself while still seeking out or working to maintain a relationship with a significant other, you need to find the delicate balance between healthy cultivation of the time you have with that person versus the sacredness of your own space. And so it was a period where I was able to really appreciate being alone with myself, and coming to grips with the fact that when someone else came in there, it was beautiful in the sense that I was a full cup and she was a full cup. And that essentially is the approach. You need to be comfortable with yourself. You need to be happy with yourself. Happiness, I mean, it's as cliche as it sounds, it comes from within. And so if your anticipation is that someone is going to come into your life to make you happy, then you need to take a step back because that's not going to withstand the test of time. Bishoy Tadros, a reminder that disruption breeds opportunity.